Very, very good. I'm feeling great. I feel much more stronger. And the best thing was the weight cutting was not hard.
It seems like a more natural weight for your build.
Much more. I think my weight that I perform better is when I'm like around 84 kilos, which means like 185. And today, before the fight, I was like 182, something like that. So it was much better. When I was fighting middleweight, I was fighting like with like 3 pounds, 4 pounds over the 185. So like 190, 192. So not too much.
How important was it for you to get back and use some jiu-jitsu, at least shoot for the takedowns?
Yeah, all my training was for the grappling and jiu-jitsu. That's why I tried to clinch right away. I tried to go to his back. I knew he was going to try some hip throws because his judo background. And I went to his back like we are doing training. When I took him down, my plan was to fall on his back. He was falling like a cat. I was going to jump on his back to choke him. But I think I lifted him too much and he fell over his shoulder, something like that, and broke his rib.
How is that is that bittersweet at all to not show your stuff off but get an easy win after all the hard training, or it's just nice to get out of there unscathed?
It's never easy, Actually, the training was really hard, of course. And I was training for that. Unfortunately, he got hurt. But if he didn't get hurt, I was going to go to his back, and I was well trained on that. I think I was going to be able to submit him.
I noticed a lot of legends there with you. I've noticed Hoyler, of course, was at the weigh-ins with you. You're with Leo Vieira right now. How much, back to the drawing board, old school jiu-jitsu did you do for this fight?
A lot, because, especially like Leonardo, Wagner is my coach, but Leonardo used to be my teacher when I was training in Fabio Jor Academy back in 1998, 1999. We used to live together like how I say when you split the house.
Roommates.
Roommate, because everybody lives around the academy. And he's the best man of my wedding, so I brought him back to training. He's a phenomenal guy. If you know jiu-jitsu, he's multiple times ADCC world champion. Unbelievable. He fought Mark Kerr once, in Abu Dhabi and lost for like one advantage. It's unbelievable, this fight. So he's a great guy. Was very important, his support to me.
Certainly your boxing against Mark Munoz was very good, and you knew you could use that tonight, but was that something that you felt you wanted to avoid with the stun gun?
I think, when you train for a fight, you don't think, when you go inside a fight, you don't think too much. You do what you did in the training. So my training was all turned to grappling. So when I got there, of course, I was going to do grappling. Sometimes, like in that time, I did more boxing in the training. So there's no secret. You do what you're training. It's impossible to say, okay, I train a lot of boxing, but I'm a jiu-jitsu, I will do jiu-jitsu. It doesn't work like that.
Como foi para você lutar aqui com tantos brasileiros assistindo a luta?
Foi muito bom, foi demais, A imprensa brasileira em peso. E quando eu saí dali, vi o Cigano e o Vanderlei, que são e foram meus parceiros de treino e são até hoje, e me ajudaram muito na carreira, me ensinaram muito. O Vanderlei muito de profissionalismo e o Cigano de vontade, e eu conheço ele desde a segunda luta dele no UFC. E já treinei muito, a gente treinou muito junto lá na Bahia com o Dória. Fiquei muito feliz.
The welterweight division is very, very competitive. Anybody you think you'd make a good matchup with?
There's so many good guys, I don't think about nobody right now, I just fought.
You have to feel confident, though, that your jiu-jitsu is the best in the division, and that you can utilize that against anybody that you might be pitted against next.
Yeah, but there is very good wrestlers, and the wrestlers are very good on defending jiu-jitsu. Like Dong Hyun Kim, judo guy, probably he was going to be good on defense. So, it's not easy, but at least I feel much more strong in this weight class.
Do you think, though, maybe 2-3 wins, how many do you think you need before you're right in that title mix or get a title shot?
I don't like to talk about that, I think it brings bad luck.
It is a huge nod for Brazil tonight, especially with all the talk between Sonnen and Silva. Of course, you had your war with Silva, your disagreements, but, where does your heart lie in this fight?
For me, it really doesn't matter. If I say that, probably in Brazil they want to kill me, But I told the guys that Cheio is not a bad guy. He's just do a lot of good marketing, It's good because you see this event is the biggest ever, and a lot of this is because Cheio did a lot of things. I'm not this style of guy, but he is, and he's very intelligent, and of course he says something about Brazil sometimes which is bad. And I told him once, but you know, of course, he's just joking. He's not talking serious. But people outside this, you know, because I'm inside, I know him, but people outside don't understand, and of course sometimes he go a little bit over the line, I think. But I really don't care tonight, you know. I just wanna. I think it would be a great fight. I would just wanna sit there and watch.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations.